Wo war denn das? War das hier? Nee. Ey, ihr veräppelt mich doch. Jetzt will ich den... Ey, ich hasse das, wenn das passiert. Pizza aus einem anderen Land. Wo war denn das? Da. Alter. What the hell? Ich muss mehr Nebenquests machen, weil sonst passiert es immer wieder. Hä, was ist jetzt los? Na, geh doch weg. So, Anna. Wie sieht's aus? Das ist einmal über die Rückmeldung unserer Gäste. Eine Pizza mit Lavendel mit uns zubereiten, das ist nicht allzu kompliziert. Wie zubereitet, bla bla bla. Mehr ist Brokkoli, Naro-Kraut und mehr ist mit Leuchtpilz. Also kann ich helfen? Überlegt, welche Zutaten ich reinpacken soll. Mal sehen, ich glaube, mit Lebensmittel, Lavendel mit, da. Mach ich gerne. Boah, jetzt muss ich niesen, Alter. Was zur Hölle? Danke, diese Zutaten sind genug. Ich frage mich, wie eine Pizza mit lokalen Zutaten in der Summe wohl schmecken würde. Kiminami anfängt an, die Pizza zu machen. Erledigt. Diese Pizza sieht ziemlich gut aus. Danke für deine Hilfe, Reisender. Bitte nimm das hier. Geschmack dieser Pizza auf jeden Fall auskosten, sobald bla bla bla. Fertig? Yes. Na also. Verdammter Mist, ey. Warum konnte ich jetzt nicht mit ihr... Aber warum? Ich hab doch die A bloß dabei. Oder reden wir mit der anderen? Steht's jetzt da vorne? Ja. Kann es sein, dass deswegen hier auch so viele Leute stehen? Weil es hier einfach mal halt A mal steht.
Is this the marketplace? It's a far cry from how I remember it. Huh, the stores have changed, and so have the vendors. Well, that's to be expected.
It's the Shogun! What is the almighty Shogun doing here?
Isn't the Shogun sick? This is quite sudden.
I appear to have frightened the people.
Well, what did you expect? The almighty Shogun makes an impromptu appearance in town? People are gonna freak out a bit.
Macht der Shogun nicht normalerweise hier seine Runden?
Patrolling the streets is the Tenryou Commission's job. The Shogun has a lot of information to process and orders to give out. She doesn't have time to deal with it herself. Additionally, the Shogun has no need of recreation. There would be no need for her to come here just to pass the time or to relax.
So, what do we do now? Should we go away for a while and make a more low-profile return later?
Why? It's not like I'm here to cause trouble. Let's just relax.
It was more the ordinary people that Paimon was worried about. Never mind. This definitely seems like your style, eh?
People still use Mora in commercial transactions, I assume.
Yep, same as ever. Just as shiny and just as hypnotic. Wait a second. Hey, are you saying you don't have any Mora either?
Of course I don't. There is no need for commerce in the plane of Euthymia. If I ever need something, I can simply have one of the commissions bring it to me.
So das typische.
What do you mean, either?
Morax, der alte Hund, beziehungsweise Zongli.
People seem to be behaving in a very orderly fashion. I don't see the liveliness you spoke of anywhere.
Alter, was läufst denn du hier komisch?
People aren't exactly gonna let their hair down in front of the almighty Shogun.
What is this stall selling? I don't believe I've ever seen this before.
Geh mit A zu Tomoki stand. Was ist aus die Latschen hauen, Alter.
What's the Shogun doing here?
Was ist das
What am I
schon?
supposed to do in this situation? I'm so
Gott.
nervous.
Warum bin ich jetzt Fischl?
Shogun, excuse me.
It's all right. Relax. I'm just here to look around. I'm having a change of pace today. Could you tell me about the items you're selling?
Of course. I've got all kinds of snacks here. Takoyaki, dango, and milk, and so on.
Huh? Milk? Sounds kind of like the odd one out.
It might sound odd, but it is in fact my specialty. You see, many of the stores in town are already very well established. I couldn't compete with them no matter what I sell. So my idea was to create some new combinations to give customers a novel experience. For example, my latest concoction is this dango milk. When the dango are worked into a viscous form, they mix very nicely with the milk. The focus is not just the taste, but also the unique texture.
Oh, dango with milk. I've never heard of it. What made you want to do this?
Also was ist das für eine Übersetzung? Sie sagt, ich habe noch nie was davon gehört und sie unerhört. Also unerhört ist schon wieder was ganz anderes.
I'm sorry, Shogun. I've got no bone to pick with eternity.
I said relax. There's no need to go treading on eggshells. Do you really think the eternity I pursue is something that can be shaken by dango and milk?
Huh. Why do I feel like she's different than I expected? Actually, it came to me by chance. A friend was catering once and made too many dango, so they gave some to me. But there were more than I had use for. My milk wasn't selling well at that time either. And both dango and milk have a short shelf life. So I thought I'd try mixing the two as I had nothing to lose. To my surprise, in the right proportion, it tasted superb.
A chance combination. Interesting. May I try this drink?
The almighty Shogun wants to try? Well, certainly. And you two should try it too.
Paimon und...
Nice. It's sweet. The sensation is not so different from eating a dessert. A unique beverage indeed.
Yeah, it's definitely a drink, but it also feels like eating food.
It's a little bit like... porridge? But the resemblance is only superficial. Anyway, I like it.
I'm very glad you approve.
I imagine that an item as delicious as this dango milk must sell exceptionally well, no?
Well, I won't lie to you. Sales are very average.
Huh? So it's selling slowly? Why is that?
Because most people aren't willing to give it a try. They think it's an unusual combination, even though everyone who's tried it before rates it highly. I'm not saying the almighty Shogun has unusual tastes. Please, don't take it the wrong way.
Ah, I see. Well, that can be fixed. I'll just have the Yashiro Commission order a few hundred cups and go door-to-door delivering them.
No, almighty Shogun, that's too much.
Is it? I just want them to try it. It would be a shame for them to miss out on dango milk.
Das ist so geil, Alter. Der oberste Anführer vom Land halt einfach mal so, hey, wir kaufen jetzt einfach mal 100 Stück und verteilen sie überall, weil was soll das, ey, dass die da verpassen, wie gut es ist. Du magst das so Süßes?
Of course. I've heard that most humans like desserts, so it's not unusual that I should enjoy them too. Miko agrees with me on this. There's nothing like dessert for improving one's mood. Much more enjoyable than meditating alone all the time. By the way, Miko mentioned that she founded something called the Yai Publishing House to sell some sort of light novels. She's always bragging to me about it, but it's difficult for me to really imagine without seeing the place for myself. Can you take me there?
Oh, verdammt, die Mission habe ich auch nicht gemacht.
Sure, let's go and have a look.
Okay, ich kann da aber scheinbar hin. Warte, Aufträge? Ja, okay, ist noch normal, Ich mag's, das war jetzt geil. Oh, das ist gut. Lass uns gleich 100 Stück kaufen und verteilen, damit die anderen auch merken, wie gut es ist.
Shogun! Almighty Shogun! What brings you to the Eye Publishing House? Do you have instructions for us?
No, not at all. Don't be so nervous. I'm just here to look around.
Apologies. I still don't quite understand. Are you here to look into the management? Or publishing regulations? Or fire safety measures?
She just wants to browse your books.
The Almighty Shogun wishes to read light novels?
Yes. Any recommendations?
The Eye Publishing House's novels are mostly targeted at the general public, and the content is all kinds of strange. I'm not sure we have anything quite to the Almighty Shogun's taste.
I'm just here to try something new. There's no fun in reading the same kind of thing over and over again. Relax. It's just words on a page, isn't it? What could I misunderstand, really?
In principle, you're absolutely right. It's just...
It'll be fine. If there's anything the Shogun doesn't understand, we'll explain it to her.
Sie will sich nur umsehen.
Well... Okay then. Please proceed to the bookshelf over there. It has all the latest bestsellers. There are some winning entries from the This Novel is Amazing competition. I've just finished compiling them into a saleable form. Don't take them too seriously. It's all just a bit of fun.
Okay. Let's go then.
Wie die alle so voll durch sind, so, oh fuck.
Huh. How can this be? Did I underestimate the caliber of this material? I know every individual word in these books' titles, so why is it that they make no sense to me in these particular combinations? Take this one, for example. The good thing about being reincarnated as a hilly churl is that I only need to eat sunsettias to become stronger. It's so long. Is it true that hilly churls grow stronger from eating sunsettias? Well, surely it should be some sort of meat, at least.
It's just a narrative device.
Narrative device.
Rein erfunden.
So it's made up? What's the point of that? Without being grounded in reality, how can the story be believable? Also, I'm fairly certain that hilly churls can't write stories. So, does this author claim to be documenting hilly churl life from an outside perspective, perhaps?
Paimon's starting to understand Kuroda's reservations right about now.
Zu modisch.
How about we choose for you? We can pick out some novels that are easier to understand and give you the scoop.
All right, then. I believe myself to be relatively well-read, but with stories like these, I don't even know where to start. I have high hopes, though. This seems like Miko's style, so I'm sure the stories are very entertaining.
All right, leave it to us. We'll be back in a jiffy. This could be a pretty tough job. Let's see what we're up against.
Lies einen Kampfkunstroman, lies einen Liebesroman. Hm. Wir könnten das reinhauen, ob sie das interessiert. Abenteuer. Kampfkunst macht sie sowieso schon. Nur Abenteuer? Lautet der allmächtige Shogun Raiden, wiedergeboren als Shogun Raiden mit unbegrenzter Macht. Hä? In diesem Buch geht es um den Protagonisten, der unter einem Donnersakura vom Blitz getroffen wird und sich tatsächlich in Shogun Raiden verwandelt, seine Augen öffnet. Der ursprüngliche Protagonist wurde immer schikaniert und konnte nichts richtig machen. Nachdem er Shogun Raiden wurde, hatte er unbegrenzte Kraft und Macht. Die Pointe der Geschichte ist wahrscheinlich dieses Gefühl der Erhabenheit und das allmächtige Wachstum und die Transformation des minderwertigen inneren Selbst. Wenn Shogun Raiden geworden ist, wie wird sich der Rest der Geschichte entfalten?
With a premise like this, it's no wonder Kuroda was nervous about letting A look around. Paimon thinks it might be best not to bring this one up with A. We might get the author in trouble.
Aber er verdürft nicht den Ruf des Shogun.
Well, if someone turned into Paimon and did a bunch of stuff this Paimon would never do, Paimon would feel really uncomfortable.
Okay, Liebesroman. Das chaotische Drama oder die Geschichte meiner jugendlichen Liebe. In diesem Buch geht es um die Liebesgeschichte zwischen dem mittelmäßigen Helden und 7 schönen Mädchen. Was? Alter, gleich 7? Ist das zufällig, Ah. Fuck, wie heißt? A Hero Rebuilds a Kingdom? Nee, das ist wieder was anderes da. Shit, ich hab's vergessen. Ein Anime auf jeden Fall. Das Werk schildert den Alltag dieses Protagonisten in chronologischer Abfolge mit etlichen kleinen Momenten, die dich zum Schmunzeln bringen. Der Schreibstil des Autoren ist solide, die Formulierung fließt gut und der Charme des einzelnen Figuren wird perfekt dargestellt. Allerdings bricht die Geschichte in einem entscheidenden Moment ab, als die Jugendfreundin des Protagonisten im Begriff ist, seine Liebe zu erklären.
The suspense is killing Paimon! Paimon only skimmed through, but Paimon can tell this girl has loved the main character with all her heart since childhood.
Ich hoffe, dass der Autor ihr Glück schenken wird.
Right! Yeah, it's just a novel. But please let the author have a heart, please! The plot is really gripping. But would A really understand this kind of mortal romance?
Hey, was soll das? Genau sowas finde ich irgendwie spannend. Das Buch lautet, das Leben hat mich zum Kämpfen gemacht, obwohl ich nur Schriftsteller sein wollte. Kämpfer gemacht. Es ist eine Kampfkunstroman, der in Lüge spielt und sich auf die offene und dunkle Rivalität zwischen den Banden konzentriert. Der Protagonist hat den Ehrgeiz, ein gewöhnlicher Autor von kurzen Erzählungen zu werden, der gegen niemanden kämpfen möchte, aber wegen seines einzigartigen Kampfsporttalents in eine Rivalität hineingezogen wird. Das Verkaufsargument der Geschichte ist, dass der Protagonist nie einer Seite beitritt, aber immer für einen geheimen Meister einer Seite gehalten wird. Die verschiedenen Kämpfe, die der Protagonist als imaginärer Feind sehen, bringen immer wieder alles durcheinander, während der Protagonist mittendrin ist, aber nie seine ursprüngliche Absicht, Romanautor zu werden, aus den Augen verliert.
What a strange person. Why would someone want to be a novelist that badly? Someone like that could easily become the top martial arts pro in the world.
Der Wille der Hauptfigur ist sehr wertvoll.
You do have a point. And a character so determined to follow their ambition is likely to appeal to A, right? That's all of them. Let's try to explain them to A.
Wo ist sie eigentlich? Hallo? Oh, sie steht da. Ich hab's jetzt vor dem lila Hintergrund nicht
Looks on
gesehen.
your faces tell me you found some good stories.
Kampfgroßes Roman von Fliege. Die Geschichte von Das Leben, bla bla bla.
Goodness. Are people in Neue really so complex these days? Even though the protagonist refuses to acknowledge his innate talents, he has a rare dedication to justice. Where is he now? Does he have plans to visit Inazuma? If so, I will instruct one of the commissioners to bring him to me on his arrival.
Wie sie halt ums Verrecken nicht...
Very much like to spar with him.
Entschuldigung, wie sie halt ums Verrecken nicht checkt, dass es nur Geschichten sind.
He's a fictional character. He doesn't exist. What about the antagonist, though? Don't you have any thoughts about their part in the story?
The antagonists? You mean all the people who behaved foolishly? What can I say? They're bad people, and they all got what they deserved. End of...
A doesn't seem interested in the supporting characters at all. So what do you think of Yae Publishing House's light novels, eh? Do you like the stories we picked?
What I take from these stories is not so much the content itself, but what they represent in terms of the effects of time upon Inazuma. Back when I decided to isolate myself in the plain of Euthymia, there was no Yae Publishing House, and certainly no stories of this kind. In accordance with my wishes, the Shogun did her best to create an eternal nation. A nation that, in theory, should remain entirely unchanged over time. But the fact is that both the food and the stories have changed with time.
Vollständige Stille ist nicht möglich.
I disagree with your point of view. That's what I would say if we were still in the plane of Euthymia. But the truth is right here in front of my eyes, and I can't deny it.
And that's exactly why we brought you out, to take a look around and get some fresh ideas. Sure, it's not the same as you remember, but one way or another, people are loving life in the present. That's gotta be a good thing, right?
Yes, you're right. I'm wary of any and all change, but I do not wish for my pursuit of eternity to stop human lives from changing for the better. Thank you for inviting me out. This trip has been quite eye-opening for me.
Ich bin nur auf eine gute Zeit aus.
This may be an everyday occurrence for you, but for me, this trip has been quite an occasion.
Was? Der ist aber noch nicht vorbei, oder?
I've seen a lot, and it's made me think a lot. I really can't praise it highly enough. I hope I will remember it for a long time to come.
Also ein Erinnerungsbild?
Ooh, great idea! Ace had a wonderful time, and a photo is the best way to remember it.
Take a photo? Once again, I'm faced with a combination of words that makes absolutely no sense to me.
It's okay. Come with us. We'll find a scenic spot and show you what we mean.
Warum da oben? Da gibt es bestimmt schönere Stellen.
So, what are we supposed to be doing?
We're taking a photo of you. Just leave the hard work to us. All you need to do is stand over there and strike a pose. Basically, a photo makes a visual record of you at this very moment in time, so it makes a great souvenir.
Okay, so what exactly is striking a pose?
Damit wird eine Pose verewigt.
Ah, I see. So in other words, I need to do some sort of visually agreeable action in front of you, right? The more I think about it, the more embarrassing it seems. How should I pose? Help me out here. It should look good, but not too over the top. This isn't coming naturally to me at all.
Sei lässig. Nimm eine ernste Pose ein. Sei lässig.
Casual. How about this? This feels quite natural.
So ist es gut.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's pick a good angle to record this moment from.
Machen wir so. So. Ja, jetzt muss ich kurz ein Ding ändern. Warte mal. Wenn, dann müssen wir schon einen Traveler nehmen. Da.
Just what will we come across?
Ja, sei ruhig, du schlägst nochmal nicht. Gesicht zur Kamera. Ist blöd, dass sie mich anschaut. Okay, das schaut irgendwie falsch aus. Verdammt, meine dämliche Seele muss weg. Warte mal, ich muss meine Seele wegschmeißen, das nervt ja voll. Wo ist er eigentlich? Ist er da? Ja, da ist er. Ablegen. Kannst du mal aufhören, mich immer anzuschauen? Fuck, die schaut mich immer an. Ah, Mist. Schau doch weg. Genau. Na, Mist, das wurde zu weit. Genau, machen wir so. Foto. Gesicht zur Kamera. Ach Mist, mach das nochmal, das war cool. Wir warten kurz nochmal, bis er das macht. Los, mach das. Komm, jetzt mach das, los. Los, mach das war cool. Los, mach das. Verdammter Mist, willst du mich verarschen? Hallo? Sehr schön. Ah, fuck, jetzt schaut sie ein bisschen komisch. Ach, mir jetzt egal. Okay, wir müssen nochmal warten. Tut mir leid. Das geht nicht anders da. Wenn wir schon ein Foto mit ihr machen, dann müssen wir das schon gut machen. Gibt's da noch was anderes? Das können wir Hintergrund unschärfe. Wäre jetzt ein bisschen blöd. Nicht Infos. Oh, ey, warum braucht der so lange? Die anderen machen 1000 Bewegungen, während er halt nichts macht. So. Hä? Ach, du willst mich verarschen? Hier? Na super. Hä, ich bin gar nicht mehr auf dem Bild. Kann ich die Uhrzeit ändern? Wir müssen die Uhrzeit ändern. Verdammt, das war zu bald. Hier. Ja, jetzt ist das wieder komplett. Weißt du, jetzt habe ich das extra alles gemacht und mit der Pose und sonst irgendwas und jetzt hat. Super. Jetzt bin ich nicht mit drauf. Naja, dann haben wir unser eigenes Bild noch.
Take a look. Here's the photo we took of you.
Wow. This is astonishing. Is it some kind of magic? It seems to be another copy of me. But she doesn't seem to be able to move or talk.
Das ist nur eine Aufnahme.
I thought it would turn out poorly because I felt rather rigid. But it actually looks more natural than I imagined. The pose is exactly the same, and so is the scenery in the background. I can't imagine how it's achieved.
That's what makes it so special.
Hang on. I'm still struggling to understand this. I need you to explain it again. So, the one in this photo, are you sure it isn't me? If it's not me, then why does she look exactly like me? And if she is me, then who am I?
Okay, that's way above Paimon's head. Over to you, traveler.
Vielleicht ist es wieder der Unterschied zwischen dir und dem Shogun.
Hey, that's right. Do you think the Shogun counts as you?
Of course I do. It was never my intention to place control of Inazuma into anybody else's hands.
So then, who does that make you, here and now?
Well, I'm still me. There is no doubt about that.
Deine Existenz ist also nicht singulär?
My existence. I think I understand. I am me. There is only one of me, but I can exist in many different forms. It's not important what form I exist in. The Shogun, for example, is one of my forms of existence. The question of whether or not she is me is not determined by any of her components.
In that case, this picture is one of your forms of existence too.
So even I, who seeks eternity, am constantly changing my form of existence. Then, how can I ask Inazuma and everyone who lives here to remain unchanging?
Die Natur von Inazuma lässt sich nicht so einfach ändern.
Everything I have encountered on this journey with you has been from beyond my existing sphere of knowledge. You've seen a lot of my ignorant side today. Maybe you can't tell, but all this has challenged my understanding of things. Based on what I have seen today, I am forced to accept that Inazuma is a completely different place from the one I remember. But it would be incorrect to conclude from this that the Inazuma of today is no longer Inazuma.
Richtig.
Both the Vision Hunt Decree and the statue of the omnipresent God were conceived as a means of bringing about eternity. But if I were really getting closer to eternity, none of this ever would have happened. Perhaps... Perhaps I've been holding on to everything too tightly.
Sounds to Paimon like Ace figured things out. And that means that we've done a really great job as her guides.
Master Kamaji! Master Kamaji!
Why is it getting so noisy down there? Oh, that sounded like Ippei. What could be the matter?
Ippei? Is that someone from the Tenryou Commission?